Hi everyone, and thank you so much for clicking here to watch yet another video here on Waruguru Waweru. I really do hope you enjoy the content that is coming, and yeah, I really hope you enjoy this video, and let's just get straight into it. Now, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about 5 things that I didn't expect to struggle with, but I genuinely struggled with once I got married. So these are things that happened or hit me within the first few months of being a new wife. The first thing is I missed my family. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I come from a very extremely close-knit family, and we're a very small family. I just have one sibling and my mom and dad, and I actually moved straight from my dad's house into my husband's house, our home, and that transition really hit me. I mean, I went from being with my family 24/7 to not being around them. And as much as it's not like I'm not allowed to go visit my family, or my husband has said you cannot see your family unless you ask for my permission, of course you want to start establishing your own home and establishing and working on your marriage. And so you can't always be home with your dad and your mom and your brother and your sister. So yeah, that's one thing I didn't expect to happen, but it did. Now I'm fine. I mean, I'm not homesick or anything. I love being married. I love having my own home. But yeah, you may miss your family once you get married. The second thing, a bit interesting, is I really struggled with letting my husband take care of me. Now, growing up, I have either always been in school or always had a job, and so I've never had to rely on someone, except my parents once in a while. But I was always very self-sufficient. I saved my own money, I bought my own things, and then coming into a space where I had to allow my husband to be the leader and to be the man of the home, I struggled. I struggled. I will do a whole video on finances and money and all that, but you guys, it was so hard to just, even simple things like we need groceries for the house and I have money, I will buy it. I don't see it as a big deal. I don't need to ask my husband for money. I don't, having your own thing, having your own possessions, your own money was something that I was so accustomed to, and having to now share it and having to leave that control to my husband was something that, yeah, it was hard. But I'm honestly getting better, especially in this new season of life that I'm in currently. It means I really have to depend on my husband, and it's hard. Sometimes it's hard, but I mean, I love being spoiled as well, so I'm learning, I'm getting there. But in the first few months, having just to rely on one person was very hard. The third thing I struggle with is my husband and I are 2 completely different people, and I know they say that opposites attract, and this is true, but for me, I am a complete introvert and my husband is a people's person, and I didn't think I would mind or it would matter to me until we got married. And my husband is those people where we can't go anywhere without him saying hi to at least 5 people. It baffles me how he knows so many people, but I know it comes with the territory and it comes with the work he does, and he has to network and he has to put himself out there and he has to know many people. But it's a struggle. There's so many times we've fallen out because he wants to go out and do so and so, such and such, and I want to stay home and cuddle and watch a movie because that's just my personality. I'm not as outgoing as him. And for the first few months I struggled because with my husband and his work, sometimes he's out late, he travels, he's not always home typically when I thought he would be home, and I had to adjust and come to realize that, okay, as his wife and his helpmate, I need to sometimes put myself out there when he's going for certain events or when he's speaking to people or meeting people. I need to be there and look enthusiastic and excited to be there as well, as much as maybe all I wanted to do was curl up at home with a good book. And so I really struggled. I struggled with his extrovertedness in the first few months of marriage. Another thing I struggled with was trying to be the perfect wife. Now, when you get married, you have all these, you immediately think, I'm going to be the best cook, I'm going to be the best homemaker, I'm going to take care of everything, I'm going to be the perfect partner. And it's hard. It gets to a point where it takes a toll on you. Now, for the first few weeks we were married, I was making lavish breakfasts, lunches, dinners. I was taking care of the home. I was decorating. I was always there when he needed me. And it got to a point I was like, yo, I can't sustain this. I can't keep doing this. And I can't keep thinking that this is the image of the perfect wife. Because let me tell you, there is no such thing as the perfect wife. And what I had to learn is my husband loves me for me. Everything that I come with, everything that I bring. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to try, and I'm not going to try and make things better for him in the house, or be there when he needs me, or cook him a nice meal. All those things I have to do, because you have to work on it every day. But I stopped putting the pressure on myself. I stopped thinking, oh my gosh, if he comes home tonight and this food, he doesn't really like it, or this is not his favorite meal, or this isn't done the way he wants it, then I am failing. You're not failing. You're learning. You're learning. And marriage is constant growth every single day. Finally, this may have been my biggest struggle, and that is being vulnerable with my husband. Now, I mean this in the whole sense. So being vulnerable with my mind, with my body, with my heart, with my thoughts, with everything that is me, allowing my husband into that space. So, for example, when I'm upset, or when I'm feeling insecure, when I'm feeling down, I tend to stay closed and just deal with it by myself, figure out what to do, what needs to be done. I don't need anyone's advice. I just try to figure it out. But now it was a point where I can't just be moody and walking around the house and my husband doesn't know what's going on. I had to bring myself to a point where I would tell him how I feel. I would tell him what I'm thinking. If I'm insecure about my body, this is something I would have to tell him. If I was scared about something to do with work, I needed to open up to him. And being vulnerable was honestly the biggest struggle I had. But like I said, that was the first few months of marriage. It gets easier. Trust me, if you've just gotten married and you're wondering, what is this? What is going on? Did I really sign up for this? Trust me, it gets so much better. You guys will learn to live together. All your insecurities will slowly start to go away. You will start to love being a homemaker, love being a wife. And yeah, marriage is hard, but it is fantastic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you could relate to some of these points. If you have any other things that you struggled with, please do let me know in the comment section below. Let's talk about it. Let's open up that conversation, because let's face it, when you get married, it's not necessarily what you see on social media where it's all lovey-dovey, fun, games. People are actually struggling out here, and why not be there to share your experiences so others know that, you know what, we're in this together. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one.